Hey there, before I start this video, let's start off with a little fun factoid. Uh, Back in the 80s, during the video nasties ban on a lot of movies over there in the UK, there was a store that had some people rush in to take the completely, what was considered and thought to be a pornographic film. The film in question, Samuel Fuller's The Big Red One. Just goes to show you. It's an interesting time in movie history. So here I am back with a nice hot beverage on a nice cold day. And later on tonight you're going to see me open up my presents. Well, the ones that have reached here by now. What we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about Christmas. We're 4 days in for what most people consider Christmas Day. And I gotta say, guys, I'm pretty excited. Let's talk about a little bit of gift buying, because some people have got their gifts bought, other people not so much. I used to be one of those guys that waited until the last minute. This year I got everything fairly early. By the time, last week I think I picked up a couple extra things for the kids, but mostly I had everything already picked up. Now, let's talk the big stuff first. If you're a gamer or you have a gaming spouse, what system should you get this year? I've talked about this at length, so I'm going to give you like the bottom of, and by the way, when I say the bottom, does not mean a bad system, it just may mean not right now. So, there's how many? There's 5. Yes, there's 6. And number 6 is the Wii Mini. Although it's a interesting little introduction, it's not a system for most gamers. You can't even go online with it, and if you're just going to be playing regular Wii games, fine. But the Wii Mini has not been the best system, or I don't think it was the best thought out system. It just needed online functionality to be able to at least use the Virtual Console. So for that reason, I will skip the Wii Mini this year for Christmas. Number 6, the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 was a great console in its day. Its day has gone past, and there really hasn't been a lot of new great games that come out for the 360 that would be system sellers right now or any time in the near future. It was a system that was great. There's a next gen here, and Xbox, I'm sure, will embrace that. With that being said, number 4 is, well, it's the Xbox One. I'm sure this is going to turn into a great system down the road, but right now it's just not there. It's not worth picking up at the moment, and something that I'm sure by next Christmas, price will be dropped. There'll be some great killer games out, and it'll be time for Xbox fans to make that jump to the next gen. But right now, if you're buying an Xbox One, you're not getting many games. That just goes without saying. You're probably overpaying, so just wait a bit. Patience is a virtue, and this time it's going to pay off. Next up is one that's going to surprise you. It's the PS4. My choice for game console of the year is actually one that I don't think is ready for this year. Now, Andrew Bellini about it and got some great time out of it. And if you don't mind waiting for the games to come out, because right now the games aren't there, definitely this will be the system of this generation that people are going to gravitate towards. The same as they did with the Xbox 360 last generation. The PS4 is going to be that. I'm predicting the PS4 is going to be that system for that generation. I'm glad that there's 3 choices, but this is one I predict as the major winner coming up. Next up is the PS3. Yes, the PS3. I know it's some people think right now is the last gen or an older console, but the PS3 just has had so much great stuff come out for it in the last year. Aside from multi-platform games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you've had exclusives like The Last of Us, and that is an incredible game and experience that everybody should play. It'll put you through like a gamut of emotions. It's a fantastic game, and highly recommend it. If you're not a Nintendo person, then this is a system you should be picking up for your kids this year, or yourself, just to play the quality games that are there for it. And there are some really quality games. If you haven't got a PS3 or you haven't had one, you've got a diverse amount of great games coming to your way. And the number one, and everybody knows this because I've done videos on it before, is the Wii U. Right now, it is the only actual legitimate considered next-gen console that has games out for it. It came out last year, and let's be honest, buying it last year would not be the smartest move because there wasn't a lot of games out for it. Though there's some stuff that I found interesting, like Zombie U. It wasn't until things like Lego City started coming out and going out from there, and you wouldn't think Lego City could be a system seller, but you know what? Lego City actually was a game that could be considered a system seller. It really was that good. Super Mario Brothers 3D World, if you're a Mario platformer fan at all, right up along Rayman, this should be a game that you have on your gaming shelf. And so the Wii U is one we're going to be going with this time. And in a second, we're going to talk about a couple of the games you can pick up for this year. So here we go, talking about some of the games to get for this year. And I'm going to give some suggestions. If there's stuff that you're into, that's great. First up, I'm not going to do this in any particular order. I'm going to mention Grand Theft Auto 5. If you're a Grand Theft Auto fan, this is actually a really great Grand Theft Auto. And for me, it's the best one since Vice City, which I consider, a lot of people think San Andreas is the best Grand Theft Auto in the early series. I'm a Vice City guy, but then again, I'm an 80s guy, so that music was fantastic for me. And other games that I definitely look towards getting, if you got an Xbox One, there's two ways to go. There's a sports route, because there's some decent sports games, or I don't know, Forza. I heard that the Forza game is good. So yeah, if you have the PS4, although Shadowfall is a decent game, it's an interesting shooter. If you're a platforming fan, the NEC is going to be the one to go for. It doesn't break any new grounds, but it's not bad either. It's a decent game. If you got the PS3, obviously you're going to be getting The Last of Us. If you don't already have it, most people that already have the PS3 have this game. But if you didn't pick it up, another game, and it's a sports game that I think bears looking into, is NHL 14. I'm a hockey fan from back in the day. I am Canadian after all, going oot and a boot, and we like our hockey. And this was a great game with a throwback to the 1994 NHL franchise game. Had to love it. Great game this year. Here in Canada, it was bundled with a lot of the systems, so a lot of people are going to be playing the NHL 14 hockey game when they get their new PS3. For the Wii U, we've got a plethora of games that we can choose from, and they are basically Super Mario 3D World, Pikmin 3. What's the ones that I'd go with? Rayman. If you're going to get Rayman, get it on the Wii U. It's the best system to get it on. Of course, games that can go on multi-platforms. I got to mention this right away. This is a great game, and it's Assassin's Creed 4. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, incredible game. Definitely a step up from Assassin's Creed 3, which I honestly did not like that much. So, a great game for this thing. And I guess Assassin's Creed, and if you're a shooter fan, maybe Call of Duty Ghosts. Battlefield looks could have been the better game, but it's kind of broken right now. Call of Duty Ghosts is pretty tired though, and not one that I would. Then again, I'm not a Call of Duty fan anymore. I was pretty much a fan of it, but if Call of Duty is your bag and you like that, definitely go for it. Next up, let's look at movies. This is where my bias comes in. Movies are kind of my thing, and right now there's some great stuff coming out. I'm going to mention some box sets that came out this year, and if you don't have them, they're cool additions for your collection. And first up, I'm going to mention the Vincent Price collection from Scream Factory. It's a great Blu-ray collection. Has 6 Vincent Price films in Blu-ray. Lots of features, lots of great stuff. Definitely worth getting. If the only Vincent Price you have in your collection is a Vincent Price collection that came out from MGM Legends, this is the upgrade that you have been waiting for. If you're a Vincent Price fan, if you're a classic horror fan, this Vincent Price collection from Scream Factory should be in your collection. If you like exploitation and stuff like that, be one of the first people to go out and get The House on Straw Hill with the one of the first 3,000, so you get that amazing Man of Status video documentary. Yes, actually, yes, kept the sticker and put it down here. It's definitely a great buy. I showed you that yesterday. If you've been watching those Columbia Pictures Film Noir classic sets, great sets to get this year. Some amazing stuff. If you're a Wizard of Oz fan, there is a Wizard of Oz 3D collection out there as well. And I did like the Great and Powerful Oz. If you've got kids and you just like the fancy aspect of it, the Great and Powerful Oz is not a bad movie to check out. As for other films, Criterion had some great stuff coming out this year. If you got the cash to put down for it, the World Cinema Package was a really great set. Martin Scorsese put it out, and he pretty much saved some films that were lost. Favorite for me on that set and for my better half, well, obviously, just from Morocco, is the movie Trances. It's a documentary on a Moroccan band that is fantastic. And something worth getting if you can't get it right now. I sincerely and all wholeheartedly recommend, hey, pick this World Cinema set up when the July sale hits, because it is one to get. Other ones in Criterion that are worth picking up right now, A Tokyo Story is a great film, as is City Lights. Just so many great things from Criterion that's out there, but those are a few that I wanted to mention. Other great companies at the Screen Factory put a lot of good stuff. Crawlspace recently came out with some very cool features on it. If you haven't picked up Psycho 2 and 3 yet, they were great additions from Screen Factory, and the commentaries on them are fantastic. Pretty much you're good to go with anything Screen Factory related for a horror or science fiction fan. They tend to do it well. As for Shout Factory released it. If it passed you by, you may want to check it out again, and that's called A Boy and His Dog. A Boy and His Dog was one of the releases for me this year. Fantastic film. Haven't managed to pick it up myself yet, but most of my friends do have it. Doctor Who, there was so much stuff that came out for Doctor Who. It was its 50th anniversary. Grab that Day of the Doctor special. I got to pick it up too. Get it in 3D if you got a 3D. If you got a 3D TV. Also, grab the Doctor's Revisited sets. I have 2 to 3 of them, thanks to my cuz, and they are fantastic sets, fantastic documentaries, fantastic episodes that clearly give good examples of each of the Doctors. And by the way, guys, cool magnets. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you cannot do without it. Thanks for watching. That's my this is the first part at least of my video gift giving guide. Hopefully I gave you some ideas there of stuff that you can pick up around the holidays. There's so much great stuff there. I forgot to mention Rayman Legends when I was going through the games. I forgot to mention a few others, but I'm sure I'll get them in another video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm about to go and enjoy this. Right now for me, I'm off on vacation. I just got my marks. I did extremely well, and it is time for tea.